Hi guys, today we are going to focus on June 2025 Mathematics Paper 1, ZIMSEC. So the first question is asking us to express this in standard form. So how do you express 4,560 in standard form? It's very simple. Remember, standard form is an expression of mathematical numbers, either big or small, in the form a times 10 to the power n, where a is a number between 1 and 10. So in this case, for this to be a number between 1 and 10, what is it that we have to do? You make sure that your comma is here. So it will be 4,56. Remember to say 4,560 and 4,56 is one and the same thing. Now times 10 to the power, you count how many numbers are now after the comma that were not originally after the comma. It's 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3. If you decide not to write 0, you must make sure that you are going to count it as far as your power is concerned. So times 10 to the power 3, like this. Very simple and straightforward. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is asking us that it is given that 2 times 10 to the power 3 plus 1 times 10 to the power 1 plus 3 times 10 to the power x plus 5 times 10 to the power y equals 2013,05. Now the question is asking us to find x and y. This is very simple and straightforward. Remember, this is basic number basis and this is base 10. So this is in expanded notation. But there's something I want you to take note of. We have a comma. Remember, if we have a comma and they were in base 10, for a comma is to the power negative. Now, let's try to write it. 2, then we don't have the 1 that is multiplied by 10 to the power 2. It means that number is 0. It means that number is 0 because remember, 0 times anything you get a 0. So we write the 0, which is this one. I want us to convert this to that so that we just pick, oh, this is x, this is y. Then just look, we do have the 3 and we have a 3 here. It means this 3 corresponds with this one. And this 3, it is to the power 10 to the power what? 10 to the power 0. 10 to the power 0. That's this one. And 1, that's 10 to the power what? 1. So we have a 1, which is this one. 10 to the power 1. Remember, 10 to the power 1, that's a 10. Then times 1, you just get a 1. Remember, this is in base what? It's in base 10. Then this 3, that's 10 to the power 0. That's this 3. So this tells us that x is equal to what? To 0. Remember, when you're expanding number bases, you start to do this. This 10 times 10 to the power 0. This times 10 to the power 1. This times 10 to the power 2. This times 10 to the power 3. Like that. So that is what we are doing. I just wanted us to convert this to that so that we won't have any challenge. Now, let's move on. When we have a comma, we are now having 10 to the power negative something. The first number just after the comma is the 10 to the power negative 1. So this times 10 to the power negative 1. Then the second number after the comma is 10 to the power negative 2. It means this to the power negative 2. As simple as all that. So now you have a 0 and your 5. If you compare 10 to the power x, this x is 0. So x is equal to 0. And what is our y? It's 5 times 10 to the power y, which is negative 2. So our y is equal to negative 2. As simple as all that. If we had a third number, it means that's 10 to the power negative 3. As simple as all that. Now, let's move on to the second question. So, the second question, in the diagram, PLQ is a straight line. Line LM is parallel to line NR. The line LM bisects QLN NLM equals to 50 degrees, PLN equals to X degrees, RNS equals to Y degrees. Find the angle marked X. Find the angle marked X. So it's very simple for us to find X. Why is it simple for us to find X? We use, we are told that here, what is this? This is a parallel line, and this one is also a what? A parallel line. So if you try to use concepts on a parallel line, we are told to find X. There is something that is very strange about a question like this. You have to take note to information. The line LM bisects, the line LM, it bisects QLN. To say it bisects, it means it divides it into two equal parts. So if it's bisecting this, it means this is up. It means also on top here we have what? 50 degrees. Are we together? And because this is a straight line, remember straight line gives us 118 degrees. So how do you solve this? It's x plus the 50 plus the 50 should give us 180 degrees. As simple as all that. So what are you going to do? X is equals to 50 plus 50, that's 100 degrees. Then you say 180 degrees minus 100 degrees. What do you get? That's 80 degrees. It means the numerical value of x degrees, that's 80 degrees. Or you can just say the numerical value of x, that's 80 degrees, yes. As simple as all that. Then the second question is asking us to find y. To find y. To find y is very simple. Remember, we have corresponding angles here. 50 and y, they are corresponding angles, which are F angles, according to the parallel lines concept. So it means y is equal to 50 degrees. Very simple and straightforward. Let's move on to the next question. The temperature reading in degrees Celsius at noon over a period of 6 days were 30 degrees, 29, X, 31, 30, and 32. The mean temperature for the 6 days was 30.5 degrees Celsius. Calculate the value of X. This is very simple and straightforward. It's 36. Remember, you calculate mean by adding what you have, then you divide by the total number. So this is very simple. It's for 6 days. We're going to say 30 plus 29 plus x plus 31 plus 30 plus 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 6. We are told that this is giving us what? 30.5. Like this. Very simple and straightforward. So what we are going to do is we have to add this. And remember, this is paper 1. You are not supposed to use a calculator. So you add this. And how you add this is very simple. You can do this 30, 29, 31, 30, 32. Like this. Then 10, 12, 2, carry 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 152, that will be your answer. So it means 152 plus x is equals to, then 30.5, you do cross multiplication here over 1. You multiply it by what? You multiply it by 6. As simple as all that. When you multiply this by 6, remember here you're going to get a 30, remainder 3, 6 here, 0, 3, then 6 by 3, that is 18, 19, 20, 21. Like this. So your comma here is equals to 213, like this. 213,0 is the same as saying 213. So x is equals to 213 minus 152. So x is equal to, so you say 213 minus 152. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. 1, and then this is a 5. Then this 2. 11 subtract 5, you are going to have 6. So it means x is equals to 61. There should be degrees, right? 61. Let me double check the question. Calculate value of x. Okay, it's 61. Since it is temperature, it's 61 degrees Celsius. That's the value of x, 61 degrees Celsius. Now, let's move on to the next question. Solve the inequality. It's very simple. You solve it the same way you do equations, but you must make sure that you maintain using the sign. So negative 8, negative 1, change sign, 4x minus x. So negative 9 greater than 3x. Then you divide both sides by 3. So you end up with negative 3 is greater than x. This will be our final answer. On inequalities, always avoid dividing with a negative. Let's move on to the next question. Represent the solution on a number line. So it's very simple to represent this solution number line. This is our number line. We have a negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 2. So x is less. Since x is less, and since this is a strict inequality, we are not going to shade. X is less. The less part is the backward. So this is where our arrow goes, like this. Simple and straightforward. Let's move on to the next question. X 0,2 times 0,2 times 0,35. This is very simple and straightforward. You just have to multiply this and you make sure that after the comma you should have 1, 2, 3 numbers. As simple as all that. So if you multiply this, 35 times 2, what do you get? That 70. So we have a 70. And how many numbers should you have after the comma? We have to have 3 numbers. So we have a 0 here. So 0,070, which is the same as 0,07. This will be our final answer. Then the next question after that, we are also asked to evaluate. We are also asked to evaluate. This is primary stuff, guys. Primary stuff. Divided by 1 and 2 over 3. So the first thing here, you need to change this into a mixed, actually improper fraction. This is a mixed number. You change it to an improper fraction, and then you simplify. 5, 6, 7, that's a 7 over 5 divided by 3, 4, 5, 5 over 3. Remember, you say 5 times 1 plus 2, 3 times 1 plus 2, like this. And then you have to multiply. 7 over 5 multiplied by 3 over 5. You were told this at primary level that when you are dividing, you then multiply and you switch. The numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator. So our final answer here, we're ending up with 21 over 25, like this. And this will be our final answer because we don't have any number that can enter into 21 as well as 25 without leaving remainder. So our next equation, I like this one. I like this one. Find the square root of 0,0081. This is very simple and straightforward. Azitombodi hakata kana madzibaba kuti vati hakata. Remember, square root of 81, that's 9. If the square root of 81 is 9, you now know that my answer is what? 9. But remember, I have 0,0081. On a square root, if you have any certain number that you have after the comma, just divide that by 2. We have 4 numbers divided by 2, you remain with 2. It means we need to have 2 numbers after the comma on the square root of this one. So that will be 0,09. Is that clear, girls? Yes. And boys? Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is number 6. The temperature reading at 9 o'clock and 16:00, which is 4, were negative 3 degrees Celsius. This was at 9, and at 16:00, at 9:00, it was 18 degrees Celsius. We are told the temperature reading at 9, that's this. This is actually 9 a.m., 9 in the morning, but this is 24-hour notation. Respectively, it is assumed that temperature was rising at a steady rate Find the temperature range. I like this kind of a question. Find the temperature range. Now, for you to find the temperature range, there is a formula you have to be familiar with. The temperature range, you get it by saying maximum minus minimum. So the maximum, that's 18, minus 3, which is the minimum. 18 minus 3, what do we get? 21. So it means the answer will be 21 degrees. So remember, negative and negative will give you a positive. So this is our temperature range. You understand? The formula for calculating the temperature range, maximum minus minimum. Very simple and straightforward. Then the next question, find the rate of temperature change per hour. Remember, they told us that the temperature was rising at a steady rate. It means it was rising at a constant rate. You understand? If it was rising by 5, it was rising by 5 after each and every hour. Now, how do we calculate that? The first thing we need to do, we have to calculate how many hours do we have from 9 up to 4. So how many hours do we have from 9 up to 4? How many hours do we have from 9 up to 4? Yeah, you can still even use your fingers. From 9 up to 12, how many hours do we have? We have 3 hours, isn't it? Then those 3 hours, let us now deal with from 12 up to 4. How many hours do we have? We have 4 hours, right? So 3 plus 4, what do we get? We get a 7. Are we together? So for us to find the rate of temperature change per hour, what we do is very simple. We are going to, and we now have the range, right? We now have what's the answer, the temperature range. Are we together? So we just say the temperature range divided by the number of hours. That's how we get the rate at which it was changing per hour. So 21 divided by 7, what do we get? 21 divided by 7, what do we get? Yes, Mkuze. So it means it was changing with 3 degrees Celsius per hour. Are we together? Very simple and straightforward. Then the other question here is asking us to find temperature at 1 o'clock. The temperature at 1 o'clock at 13:00. So what was the temperature? This is very simple, guys. Since our temperature was changing with 3 degrees Celsius per hour, we need to calculate how many hours do we have from 9 up to 1, right? So from 9 up to 1, we have 4 hours. Because from 9 up to 12, we have 3 plus 1, that's 4 hours. Then we say, this is 3 degrees Celsius. Because it was changing with this per hour, right? We multiply this by what? By 4. And what do we get? 3 by 4. Simple multiplication table. That's a 12, right? So 12 degrees Celsius. Now, we want to know at 1 o'clock, what was the temperature? So we just have to add. Are we together? The starting temperature is what? Negative 3 degrees Celsius. Because the temperature was rising, you add. If the temperature was decreasing, you're going to? Good. So we are now going to say negative 3 degrees Celsius plus 12 degrees Celsius. And our answer will be 9 degrees. Number 7, round off 148,32 to the nearest 10. This is very simple and straightforward. What you only need to do here is to look at your units. Remember, when you are rounding off to the nearest 10, it's 10. So you look at units. If it's from 5 going up, it means you're going to say plus 1, you round up. Are we together? But if it's from 4 going down, it was going to be probably 140. But because of this 8, I'm saying if this 8 was from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it was going to be 140. But because it's 8, say plus 1 here. So our answer will be 150. 150. That's the answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Estimate 179,35 That's a B. Question B on number 7. 179,35 times 0,0496. By expressing each of 179,35 and 0,0496 to one significant figure. Okay, so what you need to do here, the first thing you have to do is you have to round this off to one significant figure. When you're done doing that, then you multiply, because that is what we are told. By first, the question says that by first expressing each of these numbers to one significant figure. So 179,35 to one significant figure, it will eventually look at this second significant figure, right? So it will eventually become 200, because it's 7, you round up, times. To say 00 and 200 is one and the same thing, so don't waste ink. Now, 0,04. Remember, a significant figure is a non-zero digit. But a 0 after a digit that is not a 0 is significant. You understand what I'm saying? The 0 you encounter after you have encountered a number, we call it significant. Is that clear? So our first significant in this case is 4. So we look at the second. This becomes what? 5. So times 0,05, like this. And it's very simple to get our answer here. You just multiply all together. You can do it the way you were taught by a primary school teacher, times 0,05. When you are done multiplying, you must count two numbers. You should have two numbers after the comma, all together. So it's very simple. 0 times 5, 0, 0, 5 times 2, that's 10. How many numbers do I have after the comma? I have two numbers, meaning you have to have two numbers after the comma. So our final answer will be 10. That will be our answer on number 7B. As simple as all that. Now, let's move on to the next question. Number 8. A solid cuboid measures 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters by x centimeters. Form an expression in terms of x for the total surface area of the cuboid. For you to understand how we formulated the equation, you have to understand the physical qualities, or should I say characteristics, of a cuboid. Remember, a cuboid is like this. It's a box like this. That's a what? A cuboid. That's a cuboid. Now, the question is telling us that a cuboid measures 5 centimeters. So we just call this 5 centimeters. That's an M. 5 centimeters. And they also told us that 2 centimeters and x centimeters. I'm going to name the height what? X centimeters. Form an expression in terms of x for the total surface area of the cuboid. I want you to understand this. A cuboid, this is how you get the surface area, as I told you before. This side, area of this side, is the same as area of that other side. You understand? And area of the down part is the same as area of the top part, right? Yes. And area of this side is the same as area of that other side. So we are asked to form an expression in terms of x to show the total surface area. So you just find area of the down part, you say times what? 2. Plus area of this side, you say times what? 2. Plus area of the down part, you say times what? 2. Then that will be your answer in terms of x. You understand? When they are saying expression, the only difference between expression and an equation is that expression does not have an equal sign. You understand? So let's formulate now. 5 times 2, that is 10, right? Yes. This is the down part. 5 times 2, that is 10. So that is 10, we say times 2. You understand? Then plus 5 times x, which is this front part. You understand? That's 5x. That 5x times what? 2. You know we are saying times 2. Why? Because we have two sides will be having the same area. Is that clear? Yeah. Plus. Then the first part, the down part, this part. Now, this other side. You understand?
So 2 times x, that's 2x, right? Times 2 again. So you now have 2x times 2 again. Now, here you are going to have what? 20 plus 10x plus 4x, which will be equivalent to 20 plus 14x, which is the same as 14x plus 20, like this. I hope that this is very clear, right? Because the question states that form an expression in terms of x for the total surface area of the cuboid. So that's the expression, right? But remember, we are told that these are what? Centimeters. Are we together? And the area is in square centimeters. So you can write the brackets here and you say square centimeters. When you are just simplifying what is inside, you understand? Your final answer will be square centimeters. Because the unit for area is square centimeters, right? The unit for length, if it's centimeters, is just centimeters. The unit for volume is cubed. Are we together? Let's move on to the next question. The total surface area of the cuboid is 62 square centimeters. Form an equation in x. This is very simple. Form an equation in x. Remember, I told you that the difference between an equation and an expression is that an equation gives an equal sign, while an expression doesn't have an equal sign. Are we together? So, to form an equation in terms of x, it's 14x plus 20 is equal to 62 square centimeters. Here you could do, okay, let me remove this equal. Like this. Are we together? 14x plus 20 square centimeters is equal to 62 square centimeters. Is this clear? Are we together?
Yes.
Now, the other question is asking us to solve equation in B1 and find the value of x. We now want to find the value of what? And it's very simple for us to find the value of x. We just simplify, right? But for us not to have confusion, let us first remove the square centimeters because it's on both sides. You understand? We still maintain the same value because what we did, we removed the square centimeters on the left as well as on the right side. Are we together? Now, 14x plus 20 equals to 62. 14x is equals to 62 minus 20. Remember, change the side, change it. 14x is equal to 62 minus 20, that's 42. Then we have to divide by what? By the coefficient, which is 14. So you divide here by 14 and here by what? 14. This cancels out that. The value for x will become what? Value of x will become what? 3, right? Value of x will be 3. This will be our final answer. Are we together? Okay, now if I ask you a question, you raise your hand. But when you are saying an answer, please try to raise your voice so that my online students or your fellow online classmates could hear it. Now let's move on to the next question, which is number 9. A solid object has a mass of 300 kgs and a volume of 2 cubic meters. Mass of 300 kgs and a volume of what? 2 cubic meters. Calculate the density of the object. Calculate the density of the object. This is very simple and straightforward. Remember, you calculate the density by dividing mass and volume out together. Density is equal to what? Mass over volume. For Cambridge, they will be given the formula, but for you, ZIMSEC, you should know the formula here. Are we together? So, what is my mass here? That's 300 kgs. What is my volume? 2 cubic meters, right? Then what are you going to do? You are going to what? To divide. And our final answer, 300 divided by 2, that's 150 kg per cubic meters. Are we together? That's our answer. Now let's move on to the next question. A solid object has a mass of 300 kg and a volume of 2 cubic meters. Calculate the volume of the similar object given that its mass is 975 kgs. Now, this is very simple. We are talking of similarity and congruence. Similarity and congruence. What is it that we are told? We are told that it is an object that is similar. Are we together? So 300 kgs is giving us 2 cubic meters, right? And we are told that the similar one is having what mass? Mass of 975 kgs. So what am I going to get? More or less? More or less? What am I going to get here? 300 is giving me 2, so 975 should give me more or less. Crying? More. Good. So when I'm getting more, what do I do? Do I use a proper or an improper fraction? What kind of fraction should I use? Robert? Improper fraction. So you're going to say 975 divided by 300 times 2. Like this. Because this is paper 1. Because this is paper 1. You are not going to use a what? Calculator. So you do this using your head. Here, once, here, 150. We divided by 2 at first, right? And then, depending on how accurate as far as dividing is concerned, you can divide by 150 direct, right? You can try. You can try to divide by 150 direct. You know how you do that? Try to do multiples of 15, and then you just add the 0. Or you do multiples of 150 direct, right? Are we together? 15 times 2, that's 30, right? So 300. 15 times 3, what is it? 45, that's 450. You understand what I'm saying? 15 times 4, 60. 600. You see what I'm doing? Now, with 15 times 4, right? And that was 60. You can say 60 plus 30, which is 15 times 2. That gives us 30. So it means 15 times 6. What is the answer? 90. Did you get 90?
Yes.
900. Right? We are moving. So you see 15 times 9, 15 times 6, 900, isn't it? Then 15, you keep multiplying by 15 until you get to this value. Or you can try to reduce. Are we together? I think most of you reducing could be easier for you, right? Let's reduce. If we are to reduce, we can start by dividing by 5, right? 5 here, that's 30, isn't it? 5 here into 15, 3 times, right? And into 0, 0. Then 5 into 9, 1 remainder what? 4. 5 into 47, that is 9 remainder 2. 5 into 25, that is 5. So you now have 195 divided by 30, like this. You reduce again by what? 5. 5 here, that's 6, right? 5 here, that's 3 times, remainder 4. 5 into 4, 5, that's 9, right? You see, we are getting closer now. Then, here you can divide by 3. 3 here, that's 2 times, right? And 3 here, once, 3 here, 3 times. You now have 13 divided by 2. This you can calculate it mentally, right? 13 divided by 2, that is 6.5 or 6.5. Meaning to say, the volume of something similar to this with this mass is 6.5 cubic meters. Are we together? That will be our answer. The more here, it is 6.5 Oh, I erased the wrong part. 2 cubic meters is 6,5 cubic meters. That's a 3. Are we together, boys and girls?
Yes.
Okay, now let's move on to the next thing. Question number 10. I like this one because it is very, very, very simple. It is simple more than that simple itself. The diagram is a sketch of y equals x cubed plus x minus 12. The graph cuts the y-axis at 0 semicolon k. It crosses the x-axis at L and M. Write down the value of k. Write down the value of what? Of k. So this is our graph. I want you to understand because I noticed that they like to ask graphs, right? Is this visible on our camera? This part. Okay. Now, this is M, this is L, 0, and we have K. We are told that this graph is y equals x squared plus x minus 12, like this. Write down the value of K. Write down the value of K. The graph cuts the y-axis at 0 semicolon k. So it's cutting this y, this is the y-axis, right? This is the x-axis, and that's the y-axis. So the graph is cutting this at 0 semicolon k. Remember, x is always 0 on the y-axis, and y is always 0 on the x. Keep that in mind. Now, what are we going to do? Remember, this is x, this is what? Y, and this is our equation, right? So let's just substitute. Are we together? Instead of writing y, and this is our equation. Instead of writing y, we are now writing a what? A k equals. Are we together? Instead of writing x, we are substituting because we want to find the value of what? Of k. We are now replacing x with a 0. 0 squared plus 0 minus 12. Are we together? 0 squared, that's a 0, plus 0, that's a 0, minus 12, that's minus 12. So the value of k is what? Negative 12. You just substitute. Are we together? Because these coordinates were given the value of x, but the value of y were not given. However, the value of y, we can get it by substituting the value of x that we have. Are we together?
Yes.
The other question, find length of LM. Find length of LM. I want you to understand me. When you ask to find length of certain things on a Cartesian plane, or should I say on a graph, if you have two coordinates, you know the formula you use, right? X minus x1 squared plus y minus y1 squared, square root of that. Right? That's how you do it. Okay, let's do so we should first find the coordinates of L and coordinates of what? Of M. Then you switch them in the formula. Remember the formula I'm talking about. I'm saying length LM should be equal to square root of, we say x minus x1 squared, right? Plus y minus y1 squared, like this. So the task that we have is to find the coordinates of L as well as coordinates of M. Are we together? And how do we do that? We will just switch. Let us just make, we know the value of, we are told that this is the x-axis, right? So what is the value of y in the x-axis? X-axis, y will be what? Yes, Colin? Y will be 0 altogether. So we are just going to equate this to what? To 0, since this is the value of y. So x squared plus x minus 12 equals to what? 0. We want to find the values of x. When you get the values of x, and the value of y we already know, right? Y is what? 0. Are we together? Good. So you find the factors of negative 12 that will give you a positive 1. What are these factors? And tell me with their signs. Yes, or papas?
Positive 4, negative 3.
Positive 4 and negative 3. Thank you so much. May the good Lord continue blessing you, my daughter. Now, x plus 4, x minus 3 equals to what? To 0. Remember last time I told you that once the coefficient is 0, if you don't want to waste time by equating either this is equals to 0 or that equals to 0, you just change the signs, right? Meaning to say, therefore, x is equals to 4 or negative 4 actually, or 3. Are we together? Because you have to change what? The signs. Is that clear? But if this is confusing you, you just do the long method, right? Either this is equals to 0 or that is equals to 0. We now have the values of x. But I want you to take note of this. You have to know which one is L, which one is M. Remember, L is before 0, which is negative, right? Meaning to say, at L we have negative what? 4. And at M we have positive what? 3. So it's easy for us to write these coordinates. It's very, very easy for us to write these coordinates. And what are these coordinates? It's, remember, coordinates are written in the form x semicolon what? 1. So it's negative 4 semicolon 0. That is L, right? And what is M? Can someone try to tell me coordinates of M? Coordinates of M? Guys, come on. Coordinates of M. This is the M. Yes, Robert?
3 semicolon 0.
Thank you. 3 semicolon what? 0. Are we together? Now we are going to switch in our formula. This is x, this is y, this is x, this is what? Y. Let's make this 1. We switch now into our formula. So LM is equal to square root of what is our x? That's negative 4, right? Minus what is our x1? 3 squared. What is our y plus? That's 0. What is our y1? That's 0. You understand? So this will just give us 0. Okay. For the sake of those, minus 0 squared. And this will, so this we can just cancel it because it will give us 0, right? Minus 4 minus 3, that's negative 7. And negative 7 squared, LM equals negative 7 squared root of it, right? So LM equals negative 7 squared, that's what? 49. And square root of 49, because this is length, remember square root of 49 is plus or minus 7, right? But remember, I told you that for length, only check the positive value, because length can't be negative. So our answer here would be 7. It means, are we given, are we told if they are meters or centimeters or what? We are not told, right? We are not told. So you say 7 what? Units. If you are not given units, you just write units. Are we together? Now let's move on to the next question, which is variation. Variation. Can you all say variation?
Variation.
Say it louder. Variation.
Variation.
Good. Okay, now, y is directly proportional to the square root of x. Y is directly proportional to the square root of what? X, like this. Given that x is equals to 8 when y is equals to 16. X equals 8 when y equals 16. Find the formula connecting x and y. Remember, you have to find the constant first. Then you switch the value, the numerical value of the constant, and then you have the equation connecting, right? Y equals k root x. Our y, that's 16, equals to k. What is our x? That's 8, root 8. Are we together? So for us to get the value of k, we divide both sides by what? By root 8, and here by what? By root 8. This cancels out that. So it means k is equals to 16 over root 8. But this is not complete. Whenever you have an answer that is having a square root down, you have to rationalize the denominator. That is simplifying as far as possible. Because you have to simplify as far as possible unless told otherwise. So how do we rationalize the denominator? We multiply, right? By root 8, both on the numerator and on the denominator. Right? So it will be 16 root 8 over root 8 times root 8. What is the answer? Root 8 times root 8. What is the answer? Root 8 times root 8. Yes, Tanak? 8. Thank you so much. It will be 8. Then, when you simplify this 8 here once, 8 here, 2 times, right? So it will be 2 root 8. But it's not yet complete, right? Because you can simplify this. 8 is the same as 4 times 2. So this is the same as 2 root 4 times 2, which is the same as root of 4, that's 2, right? That 2 times this 2. It becomes what? 4 root 2. That will be our final answer. Is there anyone with any question? Are you understanding, Phobos?
Yes.
Good. So we are not yet done though. Our final answer here, the equation connecting becomes y equals 4 root 2 times root x, right? Which is y equals, remember, if they are in roots, you can simplify them. They can multiply each other. 4 root 2 times x, that's what? 2x. That is the equation connecting. Then the next question is asking us, find the value of x when y is equals to 12. Find the value of x when y is equals to what? To 12. You still use this formula, right? Y is equals to 12. So it equals 4 root 2x. Then what do? You divide both sides by what? By 4, and here by 4, this cancels out that. Here you remain with what? 3 is equals to root 2x. And how do we remove the square root sign? We remove the square root sign by, yes, by introducing a square. You square both sides. You square here. 9 is equivalent to 4. Sorry, this just cancels out that, right? So 9 is equals to 2x. Are we together? Then we divide both sides by 2 here, by 2, and you end up with 4 and half is equals to x. Therefore, x is equals to 4 and half. As simple as all that. That will be our final answer. X is equals to 4 and half. Now we are moving on to number 12. Number 12. These ones, we are going to do them in seconds because it's loads of exponents, loads of indices. Loads of indices. Number 12, the first question, evaluate 1 over 3 to the power negative 2. 1 over 3 to the power negative 2. This is the same as, remember, the short method I taught you, you switch, right? 3 over 1 squared. That's how you move this, the negative sign. Are we together?
Yes.
If it's like this, then 3 squared, that's a what? A 9. 1 squared, that's a 1. 9 divided by 1 is what? 9. So our final answer here will be 9. This question is carrying 1 mark because it's very simple. The second question, 4 to the power 2 plus 4 to the power 0. Here they just want to test if you know the law of 3 on laws of indices or laws of exponents. Any number to the power of 0 is 1, right? It's 1. So what about 4 squared? What is 4 squared, Aisha? What is 4 squared? 16. Thank you. So 16 plus 1. That's 16 plus 1? Yes, Tanyarazwa Chipaka. I say it louder.
17.
Thank you. 17. So this will be our answer, right? Now let's move on to the next question. This one, I know they won't disappoint on asking questions of equations with indices, right? 5. So the equation 5 to the power a minus 1 is equals to 125. This is very simple. You must make sure that you have the same bases, right? When bases are same, it means powers are same. Then you cancel the bases and deal with powers. 125 is the same as 5 to the power 1. Yes, Mukuze? Thank you. So 5 to the power a minus 1 is equals to 5 to the power 3. And what are we going to do? Mukuze, Koredem? Yes, we cancel this and that. So we do with the powers. A minus 1 is equals to 3. A is equals to 3 plus. So A is equals to what? 4. This is our answer. Very simple, right? This was supposed to get 1 mark. But hey, 2 marks. Bonus. Now let's move on to number 13a. Factorize completely 5m squared minus 20. 5m squared minus 20. Remember, they are saying factorize what? Completely. So you first factor out 5 here. And you remain with m squared minus 4. But you must think of something inside the bracket. What is this? We call this what? Yes, Aisha Makwaz?
Difference of 2 squares.
Thank you. Difference of 2 squares. So our final answer will be 5m plus 2m minus 2. This is factorizing completely. you have 2 marks. If you just end at this stage, just 1 mark. Simplify the B part of number 13. Simplify 3x plus 3y divided by x squared minus y squared. 3x plus 3y divided by x squared minus y squared. Interesting again, simultaneously easy. Interesting at the same time, easy. We have to simplify. Down, what do you have? Yes, Mbuze? Thank you so much, my dearest daughter. Difference of 2 squares. So since this is difference of 2 squares, we can as well simplify the top part. Right? We factor out 3 on top. So x plus y. Then down we are saying difference of 2 what? Squares. What will be the answer down? Difference of 2 squares? Yes, Mbuze Brodema? X minus y. X plus y, or x plus y, x minus y is one and the same thing. So this cancels that, and our final answer would be 3 over x minus y. This will be our final answer. Are we together, boys and girls? Yeah, we are moving on. We are moving on. Number 14. Number 14 is statistics. Can you all say statistics? Say it louder. You can say it louder than that. Statistics.
Statistics.
Are you hungry? Statistics.
Statistics.
Good. The table below shows the number of children living in houses at the staff quarters at a certain school. Number of children in a house and number of houses, as you can see on that table. Find the mode. Remember, we find the mode from the highest frequency. So in this case, our mode is 3 because our highest frequency is 5. So the mode equals 3. And our median, remember, median is the mid what? Median is the mid what? Term. Median is the middle term. Since median is the middle term, we are told that are we given the number of children? The table shows the number of children living in houses at the staff quarters at the certain school. Since we are not given the actual number, we have to add, right? We have to add the down part, which is the frequency. If we add the down part, which is the frequency, what are we going to get? 2 plus 3, what is the answer? 5. And 5 plus 4? 9 plus 5? Plus 1? Good. Since 15 plus 0, that's 15. So our median, it is the middle term. What is the half of 15? It's 7,5. So we are going to count starting from the first part to see where we are going to get 7,5 and also the other part where we get 7,5. So 2 plus 3, that's 5, plus 4, we will get 7,5 there, right? And if we start from the other side, 0 plus 1, that's 1, plus 5, that's 6. So we need to get to that 4. 6 plus 4, that's 10. So it means our median here is 2. Our median is 2. Then the last part, we are asked to find mean. We are asked to find mean. Remember, mean is average. Since mean is average, we are going to multiply. We multiply the top value times the frequency plus the top value times the frequency up to the last part, and then we divide everything by what? By the total frequency, which is 15. So let's do it. Our mean, which is average, is equals to 0 times 2 plus 1 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus 3 times 5 plus 4 times 1 plus 5 times 0. Everything over 15, like this. So you only need to simplify this so that you get your value. Here we are going to get what is 0 here, right? Plus 3 plus that's 8 plus that's 15 plus that's 4 plus that's 0. 5 times 0, that's 0. Now let's add 0 plus 3 plus 8 plus 15 plus 4 plus 0. Everything over 15. What are we going to get as an answer? What is our answer here? Just to be 30. Should be 30. Because 3 plus 8, 11, right? 11 plus 15, 26. Plus 4, 30. And 30 plus 0. So 30 over 15. It means our mean, that's what? 2. What's 30 divided by 15? That is a 2. As simple as all that. Now the B part, is it the B part of number 14? Yes. My paper repeated. We are now moving on to number 15. Number 15. Number 15. I have a diagram here. I have a diagram. In this diagram, you must forgive my drawings. I'm not good at drawing. In this diagram, in the diagram is a triangle RST. MN is parallel to ST. RM equals 5 centimeters. RN equals 8 centimeters. And MS equals 10 centimeters. Name the triangle similar to triangle RST. R, S, and T is here. Here we have M, and here we have N. This one, is it a 5? We have a 5 here. We have 8. We have 10. Okay, similarity and congruence. Remember, for you to name triangle similar to RST, similarity and congruence. If you want to name a triangle similar to certain triangle, deal with angles. Are we together? Because similar triangles, they always have similar, or should I say equal angles. Are we together? So angle R is this angle, right? And there is no way we can get another angle equivalent to R. So it means the shape similar to this will start at R. Are we together? Then they said RST. Remember, we are told that this line is parallel to that line. Are we together? And on parallel lines, you can use the concept of alternate and corresponding angles. Z angles and F angles. So S, this part is same as M. Are we together? Why? These are F angles. Are we together? So M. It means the last part is simple, right? Because T, this angle is equal to that angle, N. So triangle similar to RST is RMN. Assume as all that. Are we together? That was A part. Find the length NT. Find the length NT. For us to find the length NT, where is NT? Is this one. Okay. That's the length that we are asked to what? To find. Are we together? For us to find that length, what we should do is we have to formulate the equations. Remember, there are certain equations that we are going to get because of this, right? We are going to split. We are going to split. And how do we split? How do we split? Yes, Robert?
RS equals RS over
Yes, RS over?
RM.
Alright, let me split this part. RS over RM, yes?
Equals ST
Equals ST over
MN
MN, yes, which is equals
RT
RT
over RN.
over RN. Thank you so much. That's how we split, right? I told you this concept the time we were doing similarities and congruence. Now you have to check the part that you are going to have. The part that you are going to have a complete side, right? The part that you are going to have a complete side. Which one will have the complete sides? RS, do you have RS?
Yes.
That's a 5. What about RM? Do you have RM?
Yes.
RS is not 5, it's 5 plus 10, which is 15, right? So RS does 15 over RM is a what?
5.
RM, that's a 5, equals. What is it that we are asked to find? We can use it with this side, RT. Since we are asked to find NT, what we want to find is what NT, which is this part. When we get RT, we are going to say that RT minus what? 8. Then we remain with this part. Are we together? So equals to RT over RN. RN we have, which is 8, right? So what are we going to do? We are going to do cross multiplication, isn't it? RT times 5, that will be 5 RT equals 15 times 8. 15 times 8, right? Then the answer that you are going to get here, you know what you do? You divide it by what? By 5. And here by what? By 5. This cancels out that. RT equals, what is 8? The other way of solving this. You can divide this and that, right? 5 here, 1, 5 here, 3 times. What is 8 times 3? 8 times 3? Yes,
24.
Kimberly. Okay, thank you, Kimberly. That's a 24. Since RT is 24, we are going to say 24 minus 8, right? So NT equals 24 minus 8, which is equals to what? 16, right? Our value or our answer is 16. 16 what? Centimeters. Because we are given units here. They told us the units are centimeters. Now let's move on to number 16. Number 16. Given that AB equals 3 and negative 4, and BC, AB equals 3 and negative 4, and BC 6 and 4, like this. Express AC as a column vector. Express AC as a column vector, right? So, for us to express AC, remember the formula for finding AC, we say what? Yes, Robert, what do you want to say?
AB plus BC.
I want you to keep that in mind. Are we together? For us to find AC, we say what? A plus BC. Right? That's how we find what? AC. AB plus BC. So we just add this and that. Are we together? So AB, that's 3 negative 4 plus 6 and 4. You simplify this. 3 plus 6
9.
minus 4 plus 4. So that's 9 and a 0 as a column vector. If we had time, I was going to draw this for you to understand, but I can draw it. I want you to see how we formulate. Our answer is 9 and 0, right? Let's say we have our A here, our B here, and our C here. This is A, this is B, this is what? C. You understand? This is just an estimation. Are we together? We are given A, B, and we are also given B, C. You get what I'm saying? On vectors. Because we are not told that it's coming from the origin, right? It's already starting from the origin. For us to get a C, in which direction? A, B plus B, C. I taught you this. True or false? You understand what I'm saying? For you to get a C, A, B plus B, C. Is that clear? That's how we came up with that formula. Now, let's move on to the next question. Find modulus of AB. It's very simple. Remember the formula It's since AB is 3 and negative 4, the formula is root of x squared plus y squared. So you just switch the numerical values of x and y and you simplify. Now root of 3 squared plus negative 4 squared, right? Which is the same as root of 3 squared, that's 9, plus negative 4 squared. What is the answer? Negative 4 squared. What is the answer? Yes, Rutendo, actually Rutendo. Shut your my God.
16.
16, thank you. Thank you. Now root 9 plus 16, what do you get? 9 plus 16, what do you get? Russell? 25. Root 25. So our final answer, because this is length, we are only going to take the positive value of root 25, which is 5. 5 what? If you are not given units, so we write it as 5 what? Units. Are we together? Yes. Now let's move on to the next question, which is question number 17. Convert number basis now. Convert 110101 base 2. 110101 base 2 as a number to base what? 5. So we want to change this to base 5. It's very simple. Remember, you can use the short method or the long what? Method. It depends on what you want. But I think most of you prefer the long method, isn't it? First expand, you place the powers, you divide, then you simplify, right? Okay, let's do that. 110101 equals 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2. Then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is equals to. So those with the zeros, don't waste your time, right? Because if you multiply something by 0, you get a what? A 0. Here, 1 times 2 to the power 5, that's 32, right? Plus, anyway, another thing, if you multiply anything by 1, it remains as it is, isn't it? So let's just write the values of the powers. Are we together? If it's in base 2 at times, don't waste time by multiplying by 1. Anything times 1 is, it remains as it is. Are we together? Anything times 1. So here, 2 to the power 4, that's what? 16 plus 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3, that's what? 8. But times 0, it will be 0. So let's not waste the time. Are we together? 2 to the power 2, that's 4. Here also, because we have a 0, we should not waste time. Are we together? And here, 1 times 1, that's 1 plus 1. Remember, a number to the power 0 is? 1. A number to the power 0 is? 1. Good. So we are going to add this. 32 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1. If you want to calculate it mentally, since it's paper 1, 16 plus 4, what do you get? 20, right? Then you say 20 plus 32, that's 52. Plus 1, 53, right? Then our answer will be 53. Now 53, we want to write as a number in base 5. You then divide by what? By 5. You'll be writing the remainders. 5 here, that's 1. Actually to 50, 10, remainder what? 3. Then 5 into 10, 2, remainder 0. 5 into 2, 0, remainder 2. And our final answer will be 203 in base 5. Because you read it from down going up. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. The next question. Arrange the following numbers in ascending order. Arrange the following numbers in what? So the first thing you have to know, what does ascending mean? Right? The opposite of ascending is descending. So, ascending means what? Yes, Colin? Yeah. Ascending means going up. Are we together? So going up, it means you start from the smaller, going to the bigger one. Are we together? The numbers that are asked to write in ascending order is 1 1 0 1 0, base 2, 3 1 2, base 5, and 13 base 10. Right. For us not to have a challenge, what you should do, you change all of them to base 10, right? And then you can now arrange them in ascending order, going up. Now, let's change. This time I'm going to use the short method, right? And you can do the long one. 2 times 1 plus 2, right? Plus 1, 3, times 2, 6, plus 0, 6, times 2, 12, plus 1, 13. 13 times 2, 26. So it means this one is 26 invested. That's a short method. I did. You can expand and place the powers, and yet you still get the same answer, right? Then this one, 5 times 3 is what? Yes, Craig?
15.
15 plus 1, 16, right? 16 times 5. 16 times 5, what's the answer? 16 times 5? Kivan? 80. 80 plus 2, what do you get? Colin? 82. And this is already in base 10, which is 30. Now, let's arrange them in what? We are asked to arrange them in ascending order. So we are starting from the smaller one, right? But you don't write them with their numerical values. Are we together? You don't write them with their numerical values. You write them as they are. So the smaller one is 13 base 10, followed by what? Which is 1 1 0 1 0 base 2, followed by what? 3 1 2 base 5. That's how you arrange them in the ascending order. Are we together? We are now moving on. This was number 17. We're still on number 17, question C. Evaluate 312 in base 5 minus 143 base 5. We are going to subtract this, giving our answer in base what? 5. Yes. Evaluate, giving your answer in base 5. 2 minus 3 it can't, so we borrow one group of 5. This becomes what? 7, and this becomes what? 5. 7 minus 3, what is the answer? That's a 4. 1 minus 5 it can't again, right? So what do? We borrow another group of 5 again. This becomes 6, and this becomes what? 2. 6 minus 5, 1. 3 minus 2, 1. So our answer is 1 1 4. In base what? 5. Now we are moving on to number 18. This has something to do with the scale. So I want most of you to listen, and listen attentively, because this is the scale. The scale on a map is given as 1 is to 150,000, 1 is to 150,000. Find the distance on the ground represented by 1 centimeter on the map. Give the answer in kilometers. Give the answer in kilometers. Okay, what we are asked to find here, we are told that 1 centimeter is representing 150,000 centimeters. You understand? This is the actual meaning of this. Are we together? If there was 10,000, it means 1 centimeter is representing 10,000 centimeters, actually, not meters, centimeters. 1 centimeter is representing 150,000 centimeters. If it's 1 is to 20, it means 1 centimeter is representing 20 centimeters. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, find distance on the ground represented by 1 centimeter on the map. Give answer in kilometers. We are just asked to change this to what? To kilometers. In other words, we are asked how many kilometers are there in 150 centimeters. So this is very simple. We need to have a ratio first to know in 1 kilometer how many centimeters do we have. For us to get that, let us break it down. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Are we in agreement here? Yes. And 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. So this information should tell us that for us to know that how many kilometers or how many centimeters are there in 1 kilometer, you understand? We just multiply this and that. You understand what I'm saying? And we end up with 100,000 centimeters. Are we together? It means 1 kilometer is the same as 100,000 centimeters. If you don't want to do this breakdown under exam conditions, you should know that. How many centimeters are there in 1 kilometer? 100,000. Are we together? So, we want to know if 1 kilometer is equals to 100,000 centimeters, right? We want to know now, the question is asking us, give answer in kilometers. We want to know 150,000 centimeters, how many kilometers? Now we're told to give our answer in kilometers, right? What do we do? More or less? Yes, more. So if we're having more, we use what kind of fraction? We use what kind of fraction if we're having more? Turn it out, improper fraction. So 150,000 over 100,000 times 1. Right? Are you understanding what we are doing? Yes. But on a scale you'll be given in centimeters. Right? If you see 1 is to 50,000, it means 1 centimeter is representing 50,000 what? Centimeters. You understand? It's always 1 is to something, 1 is to a certain big number. So it means 1 centimeter is representing that certain big what? Number. Is it clear, Melissa? Yes. Okay. So you cancel this, you cancel this. You cancel this, you cancel this, right? And our answer, 15 divided by 10. We end up with what? 1,5 kilometers. That is our answer. So it means the distance on the ground represented by 1 centimeter is 1,5 kilometers. 1 centimeter equals 1,5 kilometers. Are we together? Distance on the map. Distance on the map represented or representing a distance on the ground of 7,5 kilometers. Give answer in centimeters. Now 1 centimeter is represented by what? 1,5 kilometers, right? And we are given 7,5 kilometers. We are told to give our answer in what? In centimeters. Right? So, what are we going to get? More or less? Colin? More. If we're getting more, what do we use? If we're getting more, Russell? We use improper fraction. Try to speak loud when you're answering. So if you're using improper fraction, 7,5 over 1,5 times 1. Right? Remember, when you are dividing like this, if you have commas, you can just remove the commas by multiplying by 10, right? So this is the same as 75 divided by what? By 15. And 75 divided by 15, what do we get? Okay, under exam condition, if you struggle to get the answer direct, you can reduce, right? By 5. 5 into 75 into 7, that's 1, remainder 2. Into 25, that's what? 5. 5 here, that's 3. Are we together? And 15 divided by 3, this one is simple, right? It's 5. Are we together? It means our answer in this case is 5 centimeters. Are you understanding better questions concerning scale now? Okay. So you should just know that if I am given these, I erased 1 is to a certain big number, it means 1 centimeter is representing that big number centimeters. 1 is to 10,000, it means 1 centimeter is representing 10,000 centimeters. Are we together? And you should keep this in mind that 1 kilometer is same as 1,000 meters, and 1 kilometer is the same as 100,000 centimeters. Are we together? Good. Actual area represented by an area of 4 square centimeters on the map. Give the answer in square kilometers. This is very simple and straightforward. Since we already have the length factor, we're going to find the area factor. And we find the area factor by squaring both sides. When we square both sides, we're going to end up with 1 square centimeter equivalent to 2.25 square kilometers. Since we are asked to find 4 square centimeters, using proportion, it means we're going to get more. And when we are getting more, we use an improper fraction. So 4 over 1 times 2.25. When you simplify this, we're going to end with 2.25 times 4, which is 9. So our final answer will be 9 square kilometers. Now let's move on to the next question. It is given that A is equals to H, open bracket, 4M plus H. Express M in terms of this and that. Remember, whenever you are told to express something in terms of something, it means you are asked to make that something the subject of the formula. Are we together? So in this case, we are asked to express M in terms of H and A. It means we have to make M the subject of the formula. And for us not to have a challenge in this case, the first method here, instead of you expanding, you can divide by H, right? To eliminate it. You divide here by what? By H. And here by what? By H. Are we together? So this cancels out that. So you remain with A over H is equal to 4M plus what? H. Are we together? Are we together, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then, if you do this, yes, it's fast. But there is a certain part that might end up confusing you. So I will show you 2 methods, and you see that we still get the same answer, right? Then here, A over H minus H is equal to what? 4M. Are we together? Then the last stage, what is it that we have to do? We want to make M sub a formula. We have to divide both sides by what? By 4. I know some, we have a challenge here because we are to divide this fraction by a certain number. You get what I'm saying? So in this case, probably to expand was going to be easier for you. Is it making sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's finish it first. Here we divide by 4. And this whole thing, we're going to divide it by what? By 4. This cancels out that. So M is equals to A over H. You can treat this as a single number. Or should I say a single fraction? Minus H over 4. Like this. Are we together? For you not to have challenges, because to simplify it further might consume more time, and you might not have enough space as you be calculating. Are we together, guys? Now let's do the other method that you could have used. Let me use this other side. A equals H, 4M plus H, like this. If you yet decided to expand, A equals 4HM plus H squared, right? then you're going to say A equals A minus H squared equals 4HM. You just change that H squared to the other side. And then you're simply going to divide by what? By 4H, both sides. Here as well by 4H. Then this cancels out that. So A minus H squared over 4H is equals to M. But it's not yet complete at this stage. Are we together? In a case that you are having challenges, or maybe you are out of time, or you think that if you try to complete it, you might not get things right, you might leave it at this stage. But let us finish probably both of them. This one, I'm now going to start with, this is the same as M is equals to A minus H squared over 4H, right? You can split it. This is the same as M equals A over 4H minus H squared over 4H. Are we together? So in that case, it will be M is equals to A over 4H minus H over 4, like this. Because this H is going to cancel out one H here, and then you remain with one H on top. Are we together? And then this part, to simplify it, it's a bit long, but let me show you. So this is our final answer, right? And I want us to simplify this to get to this answer as well. I'm going to take it from here. Remember, I told you that it wasn't complete. So in this case, this one probably was going to be better for you, isn't it? Compared to this one. So this is the same as M equals A over H. What's going on with my markers now? Over 4 minus H over 4. So you now see this part and that part, they are same now, right? So we now need to deal with this one for it to look like this. You get what I'm saying? So let's deal with this one. This part we are done. This is the same as A over H divided by 4. You understand? And it will end up as A over H times 1 over 4. Right? Which is the same as A times 1, that's A. H times 4, that's 4H. A over 4H. Meaning to say this is the same as that. You understand what I'm saying? So you can just substitute, you replace. And you end up with M equals A over 4H minus H over 4. You see, you still get to the same answer, depending on which method you choose. So you have to choose method easier to you. Are we together? Now let's move on to the other question. The other question is question number 19b. Given that A equals 20 and H equals 2, calculate value of M. Let me tell you something. No matter how so sure you are that you have expressed certain numbers, or you have made the subject of the formula correctly, use the original formula given. Are we together? In case if your answer is wrong, if your answer you get after expressing a certain number or making subject formula, if it's wrong, if you use the original question, you get the correct answer. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Ndikuti nini? Shandisa original question yaweta say yawakapiwa. Kuitwa kana pala pawaita make subject formula kana wakanganisa wakashandisa yawakapiwa unwana answer iri chini iri correct. Are you understanding that? Good. So the original question is A equals H 4M plus H. This is the original equation, right? We are told that A is equal to 20. A equals 20 and H equals 2. We want to find M. For the sake of time, I'm not going to use both methods to prove. You understand? Let us just use this one, right? But during your extra time, you can use the answer that you get. You still get the same answer. Now, A, 20 equals, you're substituting. H is 32, right? 4m plus 2, which is the value of H. So you simplify here, right? You can divide. 10 equals, this cancels out that, right? 4m plus 2. Are we together? Boys and girls? 10 minus 2 equals 4m. You divide both sides by what? By 4. I did it so fast. I divided so fast. Let us simplify first. For you not to be confused, 10 minus 2, that's 8, which is equals to 4m. Then you divide by 4. 2 is equals to m. Therefore, m is equals to 2. Is there any question? Are you understanding? Okay. Why you seem to be tired? Can you all stand up? All of you stand up. Stand up. We are now moving on to number 20. Number 20, which is thank you for standing up. Stand up. Stand up. Second geometry. Second geometry. So the question on second geometry, I'm going to draw first. Then I will read the question. This is the diagram that we have. Although I'm not good at drawing, can you all say second geometry?
Second geometry.
Second geometry.
Second geometry.
Stand up, everyone. Second geometry.
Second geometry.
Yes, I'm going to read the question. The diagram shows the points A, B, and C, and D on the circumference of a circle center O. The line BS is the tangent to the circle at B. DC produced meet the tangent from B at S. Find OBC. These are the questions now we're asked to find. You may take your seats, my dearest daughters and sons. So we are given this 42 degrees, or the center is here, which is O, A, B, C, D. The first equation is asking us OBC. 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 OBC is very simple. We use theorem 1, isn't it? You see, we have 42 here, right? Remember, angles subtended by the same arc are equal at the
Circumference.
so this is 42 as well, right? 42 degrees. So this is equal to 42 degrees. Now let's move on to the next one. CAB. CAB. Angle A. The one that will be the middle is the angle you asked to find. CAB. CAB. Remember, it's theorem number 3. Angle on a semicircle, they make 90
Degrees.
because we're taught that this is a diameter, right? It means this is an half of a circle, this is half of a what? A circle. So this angle is 90 degrees. So for us to get this, we're going to say 90 minus 42. Are we together? 90 minus 42, what do we get? 90 minus 42? Yes, Colin? 48. 48 degrees. Don't forget to write degrees. Are we together?
Yes.
If you just write 48, your answer will be very wrong. Yes, it will be 100% wrong. 48 what? Dollars. Then DS, we have to find DSB. DSB. DSB equals DSB. Now we have to find DSB. Since we now have this CAB, this is what? 48 degrees. Are we together?
Yes.
This is 48 degrees. If this is 48, it means this also is what? 48 degrees. How do you get this 48? You know this angle is equal to that angle. Or since this is a radius, where radius and tangent meet, they form 90. You could say 90 minus 42, that's 48 again. Are we together? And this part, this one, is 90 degrees. Why? Angle on a semicircle. You understand? Angle on a semicircle gives you 90 degrees. This is a straight line, as we have been told. Since this is a straight line, if this is 90, this is also what? 90 degrees. What we asked to find is DSB. DSB. We want to find this angle. So you just say, excuse me, 48 plus 90. The answer that you are going to get, remember, triangle, angles on a triangle, they add up to what? 180 degrees. Good. So you are going to say 180 minus 48 minus 90. So it's equals to 180 minus 48 plus 90. And what do we get? 90 plus 48, that's 138, right?
Yes.
180 minus 138, what do you get? Yes. So it means the answer is 42 degrees. That's DSB. That's DSB. And that was the last question. We are now moving on to number 21. Number 21. Do you guys any question concerning this the previous question?
No.
Number 21. The diagram shows three towns. Town P, Q, and R on level ground. If you hear the word level ground, think of bearing, right?
Yeah.
R is equidistant from P and Q. The bearing of R from P is 125 degrees. QR, actually QPR is equal to 68 degrees. So let me draw the shape first. This is the shape that we have. Here we have 125, 68. This is Q. This is R. This is not an actual straight line. But let me try to do this. Okay, this is the North Pole. I'm not good at drawing, as I always tell you, so try to see this as a perfect diagram. The question is asking us to find angle PRQ. Angle, where is P? P should be here. PRQ. That is what we are asked to find. Right. Angle PRQ shouldn't be complicated for us to get it, because when you see these double lines or even a single line, it's telling you something. Angle PRQ, this angle. What is it that is telling you? It's called an isosceles triangle. Remember, isosceles triangle. Two angles are equal. So it is right. This side makes this angle. So this side will also make a what? 68 degrees. Are we together? Yeah. So our answer here will be 180 minus 68 plus 68. Are we together? Yeah. 68 plus 68. What do we get? 136. So 180 degrees minus 136 degrees. 180 minus 136. What do we get? 180 minus 136. 44 degrees. And our answer will be 44 what? Degrees. That will be our answer. Angle PQ. Q, PRQ. PRQ. That's 44. So here we have 44 degrees. Remember, we are told that these PQR, they are on a level ground. Once you are told that, it means you can use a concept of parallel lines if possible, right? Let's look at the next question. Find bearing of P from R. Bearing of P from R. This one is very simple. Since we have a bearing of R from P, so it's very simple. You can place the cardinal points here, right?
Yeah.
This is 125. It means this also is what? You understand? Use concept of parallel lines. You get what I'm saying? So because this is a North Pole, remember, North Pole is always parallel to what? To North Pole. A Z angle, you understand? So this is a 125. So they said the bearing of what? P from R. Yes? So as I told you, using concept of Z angles, this is 125 as well, right? Since this is 125, for us to get the bearing, remember bearing you start from the North Pole, from here to there. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, we have to know this angle, size of this angle. And how do you know that? You say 180 minus 125, how together? 180 minus 125, what is the answer? 55. So you are going to say, you said Baraba is 55, right? So we say 360 minus 55. That's our bearing. 360 minus 55. Do you know why we are saying 360 minus 55? Because bearing starts from the North Pole going up to here. So this complete revolution is 360. So we just want to eliminate this 55. So 360 minus 55, what do you get? 305. So it means 305 degrees. Bearing is called three-figure bearing, right? You write 3 digits. If it was 7, you're going to write 007. Find bearing of P from Q. So P from Q, remember, where they are saying from, that's where we place the cardinal what? Point. And this is very simple. How do we get bearing of P from Q? We want this part, right? I think I will have to. Is it visible? For us to get this part, what we can do is we will try to analyze our diagram, right?
Yes.
This one is the North Pole, so let's adjust it. This is the North Pole. Since this is the North Pole, this part we can get it, right? And how can we get it? Because this is 55 using the concept of Z angles. This also will be 55. Why are we trying to get this angle? Because we want to get this angle. Since this angle is equal to that angle, you understand?
Yes.
Look, the concept of Z angles again. This Z. This is equal to that. So if you say 68 minus 55, that's how you get this, which is equivalent to that one. Are we together?
Yes.
So bearing of P from Q, that's 68 minus 55, and what do we get?
18.
But you write it as 013 because bearing is three-figure bearing. So our answer would be 13, right?
Yes.
13 degrees. 013 degrees. Now let's move on to the next question. Number 21. Given that 4p minus 2, open bracket, 3, 1,5 minus 6, 0 is equals to p. So let me write it on the board. 4p minus 2, 3, 1,5 minus 6, 0 equals to p. Okay. Matrix P, find matrix P in the form A, B, C, D, where A, B, C, and D are numerals. It means they are just asking us to simplify this, right? Remember, these two, we call it a scalar. It shall multiply everything inside. So what you could do, you can simplify this first before you do anything else. So 4p. And remember, I told you that when you are simplifying with a scalar, with a negative sign, ignore the negative sign, right? Just simplify with 2. Just multiply with 2 inside. Are we together?
Yes.
Because if you multiply with negative 2, we have to make the positive outside. Most of you end up having a challenge there. So if you are simplifying with a scalar, just ignore the sign, multiply with the scalar and write the sign in. Are we together?
Yes.
So 2 times 3, that's a 6 here, that's a 3 here, that's a negative 12, and here that's a what? A 0 equals to p. Then what are we going to do? We are just going to collect like terms, then we simplify. So let's collect like terms. 4p minus p equals, if this goes the other side, remember, change side, change it, sign. It will just become positive 6, 3, negative 4, 0. It is only this side that we are going to change. Right? Now, 4p minus p, that's a 3p equals 6, 3, negative 12, and a 0. And remember, for us to get the actual value of p as we are asked to find, right? What are we going to do? We want to remain with the p only. What are we going to do? Yes, Mukuze. Yes, we divide all by 3. So if we divide this by 3, and everything here by what? By 3. So you remain with p equals 6 divided by 3, that's a 2, right?
Yes.
And here, that's a negative 4, 1, and 0. This is our answer. 2, 1, negative 4, and lastly, 0. Now, let's move on to the next question. Inverse of P, of matrix P. Since we now have the matrix P, it is for us to find inverse, right? Remember, inverse is 1 over determinant. And how do we get determinant? Determinant is equals to AD minus BC, which is equals to AD, that's a 2, right? 2 times 0, which is 0. Are we together? 0 minus 4. So our determinant, that's a 4. 0 minus 4, that's a what? A 4. And how do we get the inverse? It's inverse is 1 over. That's how we find the inverse. 1 over determinant, which is 1 over 4. And then you switch these ones, right? 0 here, 2 here. These ones, they will change signs. So 1 over 4, 0 minus 1, 4, 2. That's our what? We are asked to shade A intersection B union C. So we first shade A intersection B, which is this part. A intersection B is this whole part, right?
Yes.
We shade it neatly. Union C. So we are going to mix it with what? C. Then we will shade this whole C. This is the part that you have to what? To shade. Then the next equation here, which is B. In a class of 45 children, 30 do agriculture, 25 do computers, 7 do neither agriculture nor computers. Find the number of children who do agriculture only. This one, if you don't want to have challenges, you have to draw the circles or the sets. Then you simplify. In a class of 45, 30 do agriculture, 25 do computers. So we only have 2 things, right? We have 2 things, which is agriculture and computers. What's going on with my markers? They don't want to write anymore. We have agriculture and computers. In a class of 45, 30 do agriculture, 25 do computers. 7 do neither agriculture nor computers. Find the number of children who do agriculture only. Remember, we have to start at this point, right? The intersection, those that do both. And we are not told, so we use X. Are we together?
Yes.
So those that do agriculture is 30 minus X. Because we are not told that they do agriculture only. Are we together?
Yes.
Those that do computers is 25 minus what? X. This is our universal set. And those that do neither, it's 7. This is agriculture. This is computers. We are asked to find those that do agriculture only. So we want to find 30 minus x. Are we together? 30 minus x. That is what we want to find. But we cannot find it before we find the numerical value of x. So number of our universal set, elemental universal set is 45. Are we together, guys?
Yeah.
So we first calculate the numerical value of what? Of x. And how do we do that? We add everything and then we get it to 45. So here plus x, this plus x, plus 25 minus x plus 7 equals to 45. This 7 is outside because they don't do either agriculture or computers. So let's simplify now. Minus x, let's start with the algebra, right? Minus x plus x is 0. Minus x, that's minus x. 30 plus 25, 55, right? 55 plus 7, that is 62. Plus 62 equals to 45. Whenever you are calculating something to do with either animals or people, your answer should be negative. You understand? People, even when they are dead, they are not, you can't say negative 6. Are we together? A dead person, if it's 6, there are still 6 dead people. You get what I'm saying? Yes, dead people. They are still called people. And you cannot have a human being have, I have 2.5 people. Even if someone is crippled, is still a whole human being. Are we together? Yes. So 5 humans are 5, not 5.5 or 4.5. Minus x equals 45 minus 62. Minus x equals 45 minus 62. What is the answer? It's negative what? Negative 17. Right? Yeah. Then remember you have to, as I told you, people cannot be negative, right? And normally algebra, the negative sign, divide by negative 1 by negative 1. So x is equals to 17. The value of x is 17, but it's not the value of those that do agriculture, right? The value of those that do agriculture is 30 minus x. So it's 30 minus 17 do agriculture. 30 minus 17, what do you get? 18, right? So 13 students do agriculture. How many students do agriculture?
18.
Simple. 13 students do agriculture only. 13 students do agriculture only. Are we together? So those that do both is 17. Next question, which is the last question? Can you guess? It's about what? Speed time graph, right? Yes. Speed time graph. So this is the speed and the diagram is a speed time graph of a moving object. The starting speed is 50 meters per second. So it's starting at 50. This is speed in meters per second. Speed. It decelerates at 4 meters per second for the first 5 seconds. It maintains constant speed for the next 20 seconds. Calculate, the first question, calculate the speed of the object when time is 10 seconds. Let me draw the diagram first. That's a 0. That's a 5. This is 25. This is time in what? In seconds. So our first equation is calculate the speed of the object when time is 10 seconds. Speed of object when time is 10 seconds. So what is the formula of calculating speed? Yes, Colin? It's what?
Distance to the chamber.
That's correct. Distance. We are using this diagram, right? DST. Speed equals distance over time. Right? So there is a certain formula I want to give you. Are we together?
Yes.
I want to give you a certain formula that is very, very, very important. Remember, these are called speed to time graph, or we can call them what? Velocity to time graph. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, the formula is, was it a short method, right? You say V equals U plus A T. That's the formula. Are we together? V equals what? U plus AT. And U, it will be the initial speed. Are we together? U is what?
Initial speed.
Meaning to say the starting speed. U is the starting speed. And our, I said U plus AT. Can you also say U plus AT?
U plus AT.
And our A, it will be the acceleration. In this case, we have deceleration, right? Remember, acceleration and deceleration, they are not that different. Acceleration means you are increasing speed, right? Deceleration, decreasing what? Speed. So negative acceleration is called deceleration. Are we together? So A represents acceleration. A represents what?
Acceleration.
But when it is negative, it's deceleration. This acceleration, if it is deceleration, it means it's negative. Are we together? Is it making sense?
Yes.
Acceleration, when it's negative, is deceleration. Okay. Then T is time. Right? I want us now to break down these, because we want to find what? The V. Calculate the speed of the object when time is 10 seconds. So I want us to break down. Let us break this down. Our U here is what? Let me read the equation again. The diagram is a speed time graph of a moving object. The starting speed is 50 meters per second. So what's our U? Yes? It's 50, right? It decelerates at 4 meters per second for the first 5 seconds. So what is our A? What is our A? Yes, Muguse. Our A is 4. But since it is a deceleration, it will be negative what? 4. Are we together?
Yes.
And we are told for the first 5 seconds. Meaning to say our time will be what? Our time will be what? Our time will be what? 5. Are we together?
Yeah.
So let's just switch into our formula. I said V is equals to U plus AT, right?
Yeah.
U is the initial speed, the starting speed. Are we together? A is what? Acceleration. T is what? Time. Right? So U that's 50 plus A that's negative 4. And our T is what? 5. So V equals 50 minus 20. V equals, what is 50 minus 20? What is 50 minus 20? It's 30, right?
Yeah.
30. This is velocity. So we say 30 meters per second. Right. It means at this stage, it was moving at 30 meters per what? Per second. Are we together? This is the fast way. And we forget this formula. Is it complicated?
No.
V equals U plus AT. Now, let's get back to our question. Calculate the speed of the object when time is 10 seconds, right? Remember, this is how many seconds? 5 seconds. Are we together? And we are saying at this part, the speed is what? 30. meters per second. It's going to maintain it up to 25 seconds. You understand? So it means 10 seconds is somewhere here. Our 10 seconds probably somewhere here. Since it was maintaining the speed, it was still moving at the same what? Are you getting it? The speed that we get, it was the speed at 5 seconds. But it is still the same speed at 10 seconds, since it was maintaining the same what? Is that clear? Good. Now let's move on to the last question. Last question. Calculate the distance traveled during the 25 seconds. Remember, you calculate the distance traveled by finding area of the shapes under our question. Are we together? So we find area of this shape, and then that is the distance traveled in 25 seconds. And what kind of shapes do we have here? Let us formulate probably. Let us just have two shapes, isn't it? Let's have two shapes. We have a triangle and a what? Rectangle. So our rectangle here we have 25 times 30, isn't it? 25 times 30. Excuse me. Remember, answer will be in meters. 25 times 30. Here 0. 5 times 3. What is the answer? 15, right? Excuse me. 5. Remainder 1. Here 6, 750. So here we have 750 meters. Firstly, right? Then triangle. 50 minus 30, right? Yeah. This part. It's squared, isn't it? Yes. You have a 20. And what do you have here? We have a what? So half times 5. Half times this times height, right? Yeah. Times 20. Half times this times perpendicular height. So here 1, here 10, isn't it? 5 times 10, what is the answer? 50. 50 meters. So 750 meters plus 50 meters. What do we get? 800. So the final answer is 800 meters. Are we together? Have you understood? Yes. Okay, we have come to a conclusion of our paper. Tapeza paper redu rakanyorwa June 2025. I hope that you have benefited from this lesson. So subscribe by ZIMSEC TV for you to benefit from revision of past exam papers. I hope that you are going to keep revising so that you pass mathematics with a distinction. Mathematics is very easy. In fact, it's easy more than the word easy itself. Stay focused.